Hey YouTube, T. Holtz here. We're going to make a quick tour of the fish room here tonight of my 6 fish tanks that I have set up. I soon will have a 7th one set up. It's actually filled with water and gravel and a filter running on it. That one's going to house my outdoor mini pond fish in about a week or so, maybe a little bit longer. When it gets cold outside, I'm going to be bringing them in. 3 goldfish. I'm also going to probably buy a few more goldfish and maybe some dojo loaches and put in that 75-gallon tank. Won't be showing that tonight because there's nothing to see on that one yet. This is my 29-gallon gourami tank. You see I got an Amazon sword there growing in a pot, a dirted pot, as this gravel is inert. So the Amazon sword plant won't do well at all in this gravel. I have a lot of some Nubius, some Java fern Windelov right there. As I said, this is a dwarf gourami tank. There's a couple of them, a sunset gourami there. Have some pearl gouramis as well. They're not dwarf. They're powder blue. Kissing gourami. And you see a couple of pearl gouramis. There's actually 3 in here. Some couple Quarry Cats, another powder blue gourami. They're waiting to be fed as they're all up here in the corner where I normally feed them. This tank has a Night Crew LED light on it and the Marineland hot magnum filter that's been running probably 10 years on this tank. Have some red root floaters there growing on the top. And a lot of water sprite that the gouramis love to pick through. They're always swimming in and out of the water sprite, picking on the roots. And then it grows like crazy, and then I pull it out every few weeks when it gets to be too much in here. That's my 29-gallon gourami tank. We'll move down here low to a tank that's hard to film because it's behind a chair, but we'll get there as best as we can. This is a 20-gallon long, way overplanted, but you can see right here are some Quarry Cats, a gold barb. Actually 4 gold barbs in here. There's some black neons. There's I think like 12 or 15 black neons in here. 2 Prey Cox rainbows, an auto catfish, Rotala indica. You see the plant right there. A lot of Java fern. Some more water sprite. A lot of Java moss attached to this wood. You can't even see that there's a big piece of driftwood right here. And in the back there, can't really see them. There's 2 Prey Cox rainbows. And the tank is covered in red root floaters. These red root floaters are actually well out of the water. It's hard to tell in this video how far they are out of the water, but they have really grown. I only put a couple in here, and for some reason they're doing very well. This is only the light is only a T5 HO light, but for some reason these red root floaters, I mean, they're just taking over the whole top of the tank. You see the bright red right there? All red root floaters. Go back in there to look at the fish again, if we can see some. Hard to see with the angle that I have to film this tank at. I'm going to move on quickly because it takes forever to upload the video if I make it too long. That's my 20-gallon long, I should say. And we'll take a look here at my 55-gallon. This 55-gallon tank, I recently put these plants in. They're fake plants, of course. The other ones I had were covered in algae, so I put more plants in. This tank houses a couple of dojo loaches. There you see one of them there in the back. I have roseline barbs. You can see them. Love the bright red color on the roseline barbs. You see I have a clown loach. There's actually 3 of them in here. They're very small. They're smaller than the roseline or Denison barbs, roseline sharks, whatever you want to call them. Some of these fake plants that I actually got from Hobby Lobby instead of getting them from an aquarium store. I know it doesn't say that they're safe for aquariums, but I did some research online and I couldn't find anybody that said they had any problems from using plants from Hobby Lobby or a dollar store. I got the idea from Deb Tim, a Canadian girl. You might watch some of her videos. If not, check her out. She uses plants from a dollar store. I saw her have a video about it recently, so I figured, hey, that's a pretty good idea. They are nicer than what you get from an aquarium store. They're fuller. They look a lot better. And as I said, I did some research to see if anybody ever had any kind of problems from plants from a Hobby Lobby or a dollar store, and I couldn't find anybody that said that they did. So I went for it, and they've been in there about 4 days. Don't see any problems. You see my clown loaches. They're very tiny, but they have nice color. Hopefully they're going to grow out and be nice fish. Silver dollars have brilliant color. There's 4 silver dollars in here. Let's see, can we see? Well, there's the one in the back, the Dojo Loach all the way in the back, and another one there. They're really nice fish. Not very active right now. They're usually swimming all around the tank, but right now they're just sitting still. And I have 1 discus. This tank used to have 6 discus. Couldn't keep them alive no matter what I did. So the other ones all died on me. So I now have this 1 discus that's been in here by herself for quite some time. She's doing very well. Discus are supposed to be schooling fish, and they're not supposed to do all that well when they're by themselves, but she's doing quite well. The silver dollars are the stars of this tank. They are quite huge and very active, very colorful. That's my 55-gallon tank. We'll move on over here and we'll show you my 20-gallon, which I'm having some algae problems in it right now. Had some kind of white algae that I managed to get rid of, but now I got a lot of green algae on the glass. In this kabamba, I keep pulling out this green algae from this kabamba here, and doing big water changes to try to combat the algae. You see I have an angelfish in here that has a very fat stomach. I don't know why her stomach's that way. I don't put a whole lot of food in here. She eats and normally acts normal. Usually when they have a fat stomach, that's an indication of like a bloatedness, but I don't think that that's the case here. Because this fish acts well, eats normal, swims around normal. I also have some, this tank used to have neons in them, and they got neon tetra disease. I had about 20 neons in here. They all died. So I picked up these rosy barbs. I forget the exact name what they are, but you can see how colorful. There's 4 of them, 2 males, 2 females. This is one of the males. I have this big Amazon sword plant in here. There's another one of the males. And you can see the female there, not quite as colorful, but still not a bad looking fish. I think there's still 3 neons left in here. There's the other female. So I think there's still 3 neons left in this tank. I have some Quarry Cats, and right now we don't see my bristlenose pleco in here somewhere. But I do have algae problems. You see there's blackbeard algae on this Anubias. I've been trying to fight that with overdosing Excel, and then once I started doing that, I got this green algae all over this kabamba, so I keep pulling it out. Working on that problem. That's my 20 gallon. That also has a 2 T5 HO lights on it, 2 hang on the back filters. We'll go down low here in my 10 gallon, which has 6 green tiger barbs in it. This tank has some duckweed there growing on the top. A lot of Java moss, Rekia moss, Anubias. And these 6 green tiger barbs, which probably would be happier in a larger tank, but they're doing very well. It's feeding time and they see me here, and you can see that they're all swimming around right in the front there looking to be fed. And we have a dwarf water lily, which sometimes starts to send off leaves to the surface. It hasn't done that in a while. I think maybe because of all of the duckweed and the Rekia that's blocking the light might be stopping that water lily from growing new leaves and shooting them off to the surface. That is my 10 gallon. And we'll move on. We'll have one last tank to show. Pretty soon I'll have another one that I'll be putting my outdoor pond fish in, but that one's not ready yet. And we have my 29 gallon TV tank. This tank has an angelfish in it as well. I have some Quarry Cats, some white cloud mountain minnows. That's actually a regular white cloud mountain minnow. And then you have the orange variety. Hard to see through all the plants, but there are brilliant rasboras in the back, and also some scissortail rasboras there as well. And this large angelfish who wants to get on camera. I have water sprite in here, some kabamba, some anubias. Also have some algae problems in this tank as well. But that's been dying off. I had some blackbeard algae, and I've been overdosing on the Excel, and that's been getting rid of that. As you can see, these plants, the leaves on this plant are covered with some algae. There's a nice angelfish. And let's see, Quarry Cats there on the bottom, just emerald green. And somewhere in here, I hardly ever see them, are auto sinkless catfish. That's my 29 gallon TV tank. Look forward to update pretty soon of my outdoor container pond. I'll be doing one last video of that before I shut that down and bring the fish in for the winter. Alright, thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Once again, thanks for watching.